Simplex method to solve. You are given max z equal to 4x1 plus 14x2 subject to 2x1 plus 7x2 less than equal to 21 and 7x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 21. x1 and x2 are of course given to be non-negative variables. আজকে date হচ্ছে 3. Tell me, if we are to solve using simplex algorithm, then the first thing that we need to do is we need to convert the given problem to its standard form. For that, what do we need exactly? If you want to convert this one to its standard form, what do we need? What kind of variables do we require? Slack variables, correct? So you can recast the problem as, how do we recast the problem? Max z equal to, how do we recast it? How do we recast it? Max z equal to? Okay, let us write down the constraint first. So you have such that 2x1 plus 7x2, definitely you have, 0x3 এখানে কেন লিখলাম? We have x3 equal to 21 and 7x1 plus 2x2 plus x4 equal to 21. So correspondingly, you have 0x3 and you have 0x4. So tell me, what would be the simplex table in this case? The simplex table would be, you have how many columns in total? You have CB, B, XB. আমি আরেকবার বলে দিচ্ছি, whatever we are doing till today is all included in your syllabus for the first internal. Then you have small b, then A1, A2, A3, and A4. What do we write at the top? What do we write at the top? Yes, what do we write at the top? We write the cost parameters at the top. That means 4, 14, 0, 0. What are your initial basic variables? Initial basic vectors are A3 and A4. Their corresponding cost parameters are 0, 0. B, 21 each. A1, the column vector corresponding to x1, it is 2, 7. A2, the column vector of x2, it is 7, 2. A3, 1, 0. A4, 0, 1. Do it. Yes. What do we have? What about the index numbers? Ledger minus CJ, exactly. Minus 4, তারপরে minus 14, 0, 0. Entering vector. And then what do we figure out? The minimum positive ratio among তার মানে 21/7, 21/2. We are definitely getting the minimum for this one, which is the key or the key element or the pivot element would be 7. 7 corresponds to A3. So A3 is the leaving vector. দেখ তোদের ক্লাসটা করলেই if you are given a problem of simplex to solve in the examination, I don't think it would be a problem. Now tell me the next step. Right, it's 0 A4 X4. What about the first row? 0 কেন হবে? Correct. 14 A2 X2. আর কি করে বাকি এলিমেন্টস গুলো পাচ্ছি? How do we get the remaining? আগে তো ফার্স্ট রো পাচ্ছি. The key element is present in the first row. We would calculate
Divided by
the
7.
divide by 7. So we have, there will be 3. Okay. Okay. 1/7. Tell me the next elements of the next row. See, the multiplier that we would be using is 2, correct? এবার আমাকে just elements গুলো বল.
-21 minus 2. एक minute.
আনসারটা বল, আনসারটা বল.
15.
15.
Of 45/7.
5/7. Zero.
0. It was 0. -2/7. -2.
কেন? এটা ইনিশিয়ালি ছিল 2. এটা ইনিশিয়ালি ছিল 2 minus 2 into 1, 0. তারপরে minus 2/7, right? And then this is 1. 1 থাকছে তো. Yes, we okay with this? তারপরে we again need to recalculate Zj minus Cj. So what about the Zj minus Cj's? So 0 তারপরে 0 তারপর So have we reached the condition for optimality? For all Zj minus Cj, it is greater than equal to 0. So we have reached the condition for optimality. The solution is optimal. And what do we have? We have x2 equal to 3. X1 is not present in the basis, so it's equal to 0. And what is Z max? Z max would be 42, right? Z max is 42. Now, if I take a look at the pattern, see, the thing is, we need to maximize the objective function, and this has got the same slope, right? The slope of the objective function and the first one have got the same slope. Am I right? Yes, am I okay with this? The slope of the objective function and the slope of one of the constraints is the same, right? So what you can do is you can have a graphical representation of this one, and you would see that this would be having infinitely many solutions. We had done cases for infinitely many solutions. Acha, you do it at home. Your homework is this has got only 2 variables. You try to plot the graph and see, and you will be finding that this particular problem will be having infinitely many solutions. Now, how to judge that in simplex point of view? What we find is Z1 minus C1 corresponding to the non-basic vector A1 is equal to 0. And what we further find is the elements of A1, that is 2 by 7 and 4 by 7, that is if I denote them by yi1 and yi2, they are both 0. So if this be the case, we are getting infinitely many solutions. That is, more than one solution is present in this kind of cases. So what is the condition to see? We see that the index number corresponding to a non-basic vector is equal to 0. The index number corresponding to a non-basic vector is equal to 0. And in that column, we are finding this yi1 and yi2, the numbers here being 2 by 7 and 45 by 7, both being greater than 0. What we say that this kind of a problem indicates of an alternative optimal solution. That implies If this be the case, the problem will be having more than one optimal solution. That would eventually imply that this is going to have infinitely many solutions. Are we okay with this? Are we okay with? Now, we will talk about one more interesting thing. We will talk about the duality concept. What is duality theory actually? See, in general, what we have been doing so far is we are maximizing a problem, say Z given by sigma Cj xj, where j runs from 1 to n, subject to aij xj less than equal to bi, where I can take values from 1 to m and j will run from 1 to n, where all xj's are greater than equal to 0. But as usual, j are taking values from 1 to n. Am I okay with this? The general compact form of a maximization type of a problem. This is the general form of an
Yes,
LP.
ma'am.
Am I okay with this? Am I okay with this?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
general form of an LPP, and always do keep this in mind that if the objective function is maximization type, we generally consider the constraints to be less or equal to type. Okay. Now, by the dual of this problem, we mean the representation of the problem just the other way around. I mean, have you started game theory? Have you started game theory? Yes? Are you there in the class? হ্যাঁ শুরু করেছিস গেম থিওরি আচ্ছা গেম থিওরিতে ব্যাপারটা কি ধর there are two players who are playing the game so definitely if I consider win or profit with respect of A, it would definitely be the loss with respect to the other player B. Right? If A and B are playing, if A is winning, B is definitely losing. তার মানে কি দাঁড়াচ্ছে if I assume profit in A's respect, we will consider loss in B's respect, right? So that implies dual implies if I consider the maximization type for a particular in a certain point of view, in the reverse point of view, it would be a minimization type of a problem. Just the other way around, it would be a minimization type of a problem, and we will write it as minimize W equal to sigma BI VI, I going from 1 to M, subject to sigma AJI VI, I runs from 1 to M, greater than equal to Cj, where J can take values from 1 to N, and we consider these VIs to be greater than equal to 0, where I can take values from 1 to M. This is how a dual of a problem is represented. That implies profit in somebody's respect is loss in just the other way around player's respect. That implies if I tell you to maximize z given by 3x1 minus 2x2 subject to 2x1 plus x2 less than equal to 1 minus x1 plus 3x2 greater than equal to 4. x1, x2 greater than equal to 0. By the given rule, the dual would be minimize, say, W equal to, what does this BI stand for? The BI stands for, actually one more thing, just one more thing, let me tell you. This is a maximization type of a problem, and what we find is one of the constraint is greater than equal to type. Am I okay with this? But the general format of a maximization type problem is the constraints should be less or equal to type. That implies primarily we need to convert the second constraint to a less or equal to type. Can you tell me how can that be done? That can be done if I rewrite the problem as max z equal to 3x1 minus 2x2 subject to 2x1 plus x2 less or equal to 1, x1 minus 3x2 less or equal to minus 4. Can I write it like this? That implies this problem is actually in the format that is specified. Now, if I am to figure out the corresponding, dual, that is the minimization type problem, it would be, according to the rule, minimize W equal to, see the right hand side constants, that is 1 into V1 minus 4 into V2. Am I correct with this? Am I correct with this? Take a look at the pattern. These right hand side constants, that is BI, they are becoming the cost parameters in the dual problem. Right? So you have 1 into V1 minus 4 into V2. Am I okay with this? Then what do we have? This AIJs become AJIs. That implies what we had considered row wise will now be considered column wise. That is, we would be having tell me, what do we have? We have 2 times V1 minus V2, that is we consider plus V2, we considered it column wise, greater than equal to 3, and what do we have? The second one would be the coefficients of x2, that is V1 minus 3V2 greater than equal to minus 2. Am I correct with this? And V1, V2 would be greater than equal to 0. Are we okay with this simple transformation of the given problem to its dual? Am I okay with this? The original problem is generally known as primal, and to what it is converted is known as its dual. Okay, so now if I have a different case, suppose I tell you to find the dual of the following LPP. The problem is maximize Z equal to, let me, yeah, it's 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4x3 subject to x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 equal to 7. You have 2x1 minus 5x2 less than equal to 3. 3x2 minus x3 greater than equal to 5. X1 and x2 are given to be greater than equal to 0. This is one problem that covers all the cases, and x3 is unrestricted in sign. See, today we are just doing the working rule. The theory part corresponding to this one will be uploaded as a reading material in the Google Classroom. Please go through it. Achha. Now, we know the pattern that if it's a maximization type problem, the constraints have to be less or equal to type. Correct? Are you there? Are you? Please respond. আমি কলেজে আছি মনে হবে, otherwise disconnect হয়ে গেছি। একটু হ্যাঁ হুঁ না কিছু একটু বলে বাবু রেসপন্ড কর। আচ্ছা, তো the general rule is, if the problem is maximization type, the constraints have to be less or equal to type. Fine. Acha, this is already abiding by the rule. This you can change simply by multiplying both sides with minus sign. Am I correct? But what can be done with the first one? Can I rewrite the first one as x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 less or equal to 7, and x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 greater than equal to 7? Can I split the equality into these two inequations? Can that? Acha, fine. So if I rewrite, there's another problem. The problem is with x3, which is given to be unrestricted in sign. What do I mean by it? By that we mean we don't know what is the sign of x3. In this kind of a scenario, if I write x3 as the difference of two variables, x3 dash and x3 double dash, where x3 dash and x3 double dash are both greater than equal to 0, I think our problem is solved. Say, for example, even if this is minus 2, can I write this as 5 minus 7? Isn't it? Am I okay with this? Am I okay with this? Just a moment. Give the back second. হ্যাঁ বল। আমি এটা ক্লাসে আছি, হয়ে গেলে ফোন করছি। হ্যাঁ বল, কি বলছিস? হ্যাঁ আমি বলছি, আনরেস্ট্রিক্টেড মানে কি, মানে we don't know x3 কি সাইন। ঠিক আছে, x3 পজিটিভও হতে পারে নেগেটিভও হতে পারে। আচ্ছা, পজিটিভ হলে it's well and good because we know that the variables in a linear programming problem has to be non-negative. ঠিক, তাহলে যদি x3 পজিটিভ হয় no problem with that, কিন্তু যদি x3 নেগেটিভ হয় তাহলে even a negative number can be written as the difference of two positive numbers. যদি x3 value -2 হয়, I can write it as 5 minus 7, where 5 can be my x3 dash, 7 can be my x3 double dash. That implies whenever we are getting a variable that is unrestricted in sign, we are rewriting it as the difference of two variables which are non-negative in nature. Am I clear with this? Is everybody okay with the logic of rewriting a variable that is unrestricted in sign in this manner? Anyways, I will assume nobody is having a problem. So the first step would be to, convert the first equality into these two inequalities, and further we would be rewriting or substituting x3 as x3 dash minus x3 double dash. So the given problem can be rewritten as max z equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4 yes plus 4x3 dash minus 4x3 double dash. Am I okay with the objective function? So the first constraint can be written as x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 dash minus 3x3 double dash less or equal to 7. Then we have x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 dash minus 3x3 double dash greater than equal to 7. Then we have 2x1 minus 5x2 less or equal to 3. And 3x2 minus x3 dash plus x3 double dash greater than equal to 5. Are you all okay with this? Of course, where x1, x2, x3 dash and x3 double dash are all greater than equal to 0. Am I clear? Am I clear? But still, this being a maximization type problem, some of the constraints are greater than equal to type, so we need to take care of that. That implies we will further be writing, I'm afraid it's a bit lengthy, just lengthy, there's nothing in it. 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4x3 dash minus 4x3 double dash subject to x1 minus 5x2 plus 3x3 dash minus 3x3 double dash less or equal to 7. The second constraint is eventually minus x1 plus 5x2 minus 3x3 dash plus 3x3 double dash less or equal to, please correct me if I'm wrong, the next one would remain unchanged, minus 5x2 less or equal to 3. তারপরে the next one would be, this is again going to change, it is minus 3x2 plus x3 dash minus x3 double dash less or equal to minus 5. x1, x2, x3 dash. Okay, so am I okay with this formation? Now we would be finding the corresponding dual, because the objective function is maximization type and we have got all constraints as less or equal to type. So tell me, what about the dual of this one? How do we write down the dual? Mean W equal to 7v1 minus 7v2 plus 3v3 minus 5v4. Fantastic. Subject to. So this is the dual. Subject to. You know, we are going to go column wise, the coefficients of x1. So it would be v1 minus v2, right? 2v3 very good. Second term, the coefficients of x2 column wise. So you have minus 5v1 plus 5v2, right? Good. তারপরেরটা final one. Just a moment. Minus 3v1 minus 3v1 minus v4 minus 4. Now, you know, some changes can be done. What we find is v1 minus v2 is appearing everywhere, be it objective function or all the constraints. Take v1 and v2 can be clubbed together. So if I write v1 minus v2 as say w1, v3 as w2, and v4 as w3, then this particular problem can further be written as minimize w equal to, sorry, w, acha w tha to w1 to w equal to 7w plus 3w2 minus 5w3 subject to w1 plus w2 greater than equal to 2 minus 2w2, sorry, minus 5w1 minus 5w2 minus 3w3 greater than equal to 3. এখান থেকে কি পাচ্ছি? We are getting 3w1 তারপর w3 greater than equal to 4. And what do we have from the last inequality? Last inequality would be minus 3W1 minus W3 greater than equal to minus 4. Right? The last one. Tar mane, this implies 3W1 plus W3 less or equal to 4. So can I club these two together and write it as 3W1 plus W3 equal to 4? Correct. So can I make the change in this part itself? Or you want me to rewrite it again? So minimize W equal to 7W1 plus 3W2 minus 5W3 subject to W1 plus 2W2 greater than equal to 2 minus 5W1 minus 5W2 minus 3W3 greater than equal to 3, and we have 3W1 plus W3 equal to 4. Now what about W1? Can anything be said regarding the sign of W1? Walter? W1 is the difference of V1 and V2. Right? V1 and V2 are both non-negative, but does that also mean that W1 is also non-negative?
Ma'am, it is unrestricted.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. So W1 is unrestricted in sign, and W2 and W3 are greater than equal to 0. I would like to make one more observation. See, in the given original problem, that is the primal one, which constraint was an equality? In the primal problem, this is the primal problem. The first constraint was an equality. In the dual, what we find is the first variable is unrestricted in sign. Okay? What else? In the primal problem, that is this one, which variable was unrestricted in sign? Third variable was unrestricted in sign. In the dual problem, what we find is the third constraint becomes an equality. Okay? Are we okay with this? Achha, tell me just a simple question. This is the dual of the primal problem. If I further find out dual of this one, what do we get? Exactly. That's it. So this finishes off your syllabus for the first internal. From I would be uploading a reading material corresponding to what is a dual actually. I told you the working rule today, which is actually in your syllabus. I'll tell you about the logic behind finding out dual. I'll be uploading a material in the classroom. Please go through it. And from next class onwards, we would be doing such algorithms. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. We will be starting a new module from next class onwards. Anything else?